go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another blue eye makeup look because I just can't stop myself from wearing blue right now. Let's get into it. It's going to be a pretty simple kind of face. I'm just doing what I feel like. I'm not like doing this for any particular occasion or anything. How have you guys been? What's new? I've been having a busy week, honestly. Super busy. But I just want to just quickly come on here while I'm doing this face because this is a face that I wanted to do anyway, and so I thought I may as well go live and get ready with you guys. Look, I forgot primer. Who's surprised? Not me. I'm just using a buffing brush from Real Techniques, and this foundation from Aldi. It's the Lacura Skin Caviar foundation. It's a little light for my skin tone, but you'll see, we'll make it work. Sometimes if I use one lighter face product, I like to use some darker face products later on, kind of like evens out and ends up being my skin tone in the end. I'm not wearing any fake tan right now, or hopefully not, because I tried to remove my fake tan last night. I exfoliated so that I can do a new, I should be doing a new tan tonight. So tonight I'm sleeping in fake tan so I can be tan for the weekend. Although I've had a busy week, I'm going to have a super fun weekend because it's going to be my birthday weekend, so I'm really keen. Does anyone else get kind of stressed when it comes up to their birthday? I feel a little bit of like stress sometimes just because, not pressure from other people, but from myself, because I really want to have a good time and like make sure that my friends are having a good time with me. And so like sometimes I feel a little stressed leading up to my birthday, like getting things organized or whatever. But I'm not having the hugest thing this year. I'm just doing a couple bits and bobs here and there with different groups, so I don't feel like it's like my 21st or anything. Like, it's chill. Sorry, someone. All good. Okay, someone commented on my post in an Australian Monster High Facebook group, and I'm hoping they're responding to say they have the doll I'm looking for. I'm still looking for a first wave Draculaura that's complete, because my Draculaura, she is really cute, but she's missing her necklace and her umbrella, and I know that wouldn't bug any, like, not every collector would be mad about that, but it does bug me personally, so I am on the lookout for like either her complete or her with her other bits and pieces, because I just really want her to be complete. I know it's not the biggest deal to everyone, but like for me as a collector, there are certain dolls where I care about if they're complete or not. There are certain that I don't mind, and she's one that I care about being complete. Same as my little Chelsea girl over here. Love her. Like, I really cared about her being complete, so I was happy to spend a little bit more money on her. By the way, that was a little bit of like a darker product that I just put on top. It's not dark, but like it's darker than the foundation. I don't know if it's going to come up on camera. This one's got like a little bit of coverage and it's a little yellower. It's got my undertones really well. So this one's a little light. This is the shade 110 Ivory, and then this is the Nude by Nature Natural Mineral Cover Radiant Loose Powder Foundation in the shade W1 Light. So like, it's still a light shade. Obviously I have a light skin tone right now, but it just works. Makes it look a little bit more like my arms and stuff, and I don't look like I have a really washed out face. I'm going to go into some bronzer now. I'm going to go in with the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. I've been using this a lot recently, especially when I am paler, because this is kind of like a lighter bronzer in my personal bronzer wardrobe. So I want to use it more in winter because I won't be able to get as much use, I'm thinking, in the summer. I'm thinking it's just going to, that like honestly will probably blend very quickly into my skin tone in summer. So I want to use it now and appreciate it while I can. I think it has a gorgeous scent, and I do think it's a popular bronzer for a reason. After I pan this, which I eventually no doubtedly will, I will definitely be purchasing the Matte Minoy version, because I am a big fan of this formula from Physicians Formula. It's just very stunning. The brush I'm using for this, by the way, is the Hula brush from Benefit, and the brush that I used to set my face was this Duo Fiber brush from Real Techniques that my dog has chewed. Thanks, dog. You've seen my dog in other videos. She's a cutie, but she was naughty as a puppy. That happened when she was a puppy. I don't know if she would do that now. Probably if I left her alone for too long, but she is a cheeky girly. Okay, I feel like the parameters of my face are bronzed enough. I'm not going for like a heavy bronze look today, just like a little bit of glow. I'm going to go with, this contour brush for my nose. This is the Morphe E62. I'm just going to go on the tip of the nose, just to like, you know, give it a little bit of shortness there, and then down the sides just to kind of define it. I went a bit heavy there. I'm going to go over it with a little bit of powder just to like soften that up. Yeah, I'm happy with the way that looks. Push it in a little more there, and then take that up a little, and then blend that out. I don't really like it, but well, it's not the worst, honestly. I did define the nose, and I'm sure once I put on some like highlighter and blush and stuff, I'll feel less about it. Let's do this blush today. I feel like switching up. This is the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Joy. This stuff is so pigmented. I'm like scared to apply it a lot of the time. Okay, that was probably way too much. Like, you'll see that looks like a tiny little dot. Oh, no, it was going to work out. I blend it upwards because I'd rather have, like, the pigment on the top of my cheekbone rather than, like, sitting lower on the face. I just feel like it drags the face down and, like, I don't know, this, I feel looks more, like, fresh and youthful. Whereas if I focus the blush here, I feel like I look like I'm getting dragged downwards. I hope this makes sense. So I blend upwards in like almost where you'd pretty much apply a highlighter, but then just bring it down slightly lower so that it meets with the bronzer. Some people have asked me how I do like blush draping, or like why, how I get the bronzer and blush and highlight to all kind of melt into each other and go up the face. It's because I'm very like, I blend the blush all the way down into the bronzer. I blend the bronzer all the way up into the blush. I blend the highlight everywhere except for onto the bronzer. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really layer them. And I'm not like stripe about it. I try and like let them cover each other and melt into each other. So it looks a little bit more like even. I'm just rubbing the excess that's on my brush just on my forehead. It's not adding a lot of blush to the forehead, but it's just giving a little bit of like color back to the skin. And now I'm going to go in with some bronzer on the eyelids just because I feel like it. So I'm going to use the same one and just that same contour brush that I use for my nose typically. It's kind of like a dense angled brush. I chose this one because it's a nose contour brush that I could buy like without having to purchase a whole kit, and this is like a Morphe one that isn't made of real animal hair. I feel like Morphe's pretty 50-50. Like, some of their stuff is cruelty free and some of their brushes are not, and I didn't want to buy a brush for my contour that was made of like animal hair. That's like not something I'm into. So yeah, this is a synthetic brush, thank goodness. I really need to have a sip. So if you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's hot chocolate. My hot chocolate is very simple. It's an easy recipe. All I do is get a giant blob of Nutella and I put it in a cup. I pour milk over it and then I microwave it. Yeah, it's really good. So I end up with like Nutella-y milk, and it's just like the best hot chocolate because it doesn't have like water and stuff. It's not watered down at all. It's like very gorgeous. Let's go in with the colors that I'm addicted to. Who's surprised? Not me. This is Rooftop Cocktails from Colourpop, and I'm going to take this pretty much all over the lid. So I'm going in with this brush from Bling Brushes. This is the E5 brush. And I'm just going to pack this all over the lid like this. And I'll do the same on the other side. Also, you're on my vanity, so if you ever wonder what I'm looking at off into the distance, it's not a monitor or something. It's literally a mirror that's behind you. If you haven't watched my other videos before, I recommend you go check out like my room tour or like my makeup collection or vanity tour or something, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. This is such a fun shade because it's got that like bluey reflect, or a bit of a green flip even, over a kind of taupier base. But if you blend it out more, the taupey base kind of becomes a little warmer. It's kind of an interesting shade, and it is definitely my favorite Supershock shadow at the moment. I can't put it down, and I've already hit pan in it within like a week of owning it. I'm a menace to this eyeshadow. I would like to grab a fluffy brush and just fluff out the edges. Although I'm not like making this a super clean, crispy look, I would like to be feeling blended at the edges. Oh, doesn't really need a lot of blending. Nice. I get so much use out of this little Barbie handheld mirror. It's probably one of my favorite tools that I have in my makeup collection. Definitely one of my most used tools. Because even if I'm not using it, someone else will be using it when we're like all getting ready together. Like, imagine there's like people all getting ready in my room. I might be getting ready by looking in my vanity behind you. And I could pass this to a friend behind me and they can use the same lighting from this. This lighting situation that I have going from the vanity mirror is pretty good. Like, even if you're not sitting directly at the vanity, it's really good just to, like, even get ready sitting on the floor next to me, or like sometimes one of my friends will sit. See over there, it's like my wardrobe. There's a mirror behind that door, so you can sit in my wardrobe, and it's still like quite decent lighting. And I do that sometimes too, but I don't do it on my channel because obviously this is where my tripod setup is. Anyway, I'm just gonna have a drink of hot chocolate. Superb. Oh my gosh, I got overly excited and brought out my eyeliner. We're not up to that yet, Em. Goodness. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with this cute little Disney collaboration. It's got a little seashell with... Look in the middle of the seashell. There's a heart in the middle of the seashell. It's so cute. This is from the Ultimate Disney Princess collaboration that they did recently. This is the Supershock shadow in the shade Under the Sea. They've released this twice now. The first time they released it, it was in the, like, designer princess kind of collaboration they did, and then this is the second time they've re-released this shade in the Ultimate Disney collection. It was available as an individual single or in the Ultimate Super Shock Shadow Princess kind of set thing that they did. I didn't want to get the whole set, so I honestly purchased 2 of it as a single. What I've done with the placement of that is I've taken it all over the entire lid there on that like middle mobile crease part. I've taken it a little higher. I've taken it in the inner corner, so I have like a kind of mermaidy look going on. And then I've also dragged it under the lower lash line, but I didn't take it all the way out because I want the smokiness at the edge of the Rooftop Cocktails shade. So it's kind of just like a focus of the blue in the center of the eye, if that makes sense. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm just using the same brushes I used earlier. This is the E5, again, from Blinged Brushes. And I really love these handles. They're so stunning. I've had them for a couple of months now because I got these at Christmas. My sister got me the whole, like, I think it's a 15-piece set. And I haven't lost that many rhinestones. I was a little worried, like, what if rhinestones fall off? And then I was like, oh, I guess I'll just stick them back on. But so far, I've only lost, like, in the single digits worth of rhinestones. And they don't come off very easily. Like, I think I've only lost maybe, like, 3 through the whole year so far. And, like, considering I use these, like, almost every day, that's pretty decent. And I'm pretty, like, not rough with them, but, like, I'm not gentle with them. Like, I put them down, I'll pick them up. One of them I did drop in my bathroom, and one of the crystals came off, like, chipped off. But I can always glue that back on, and I literally dropped it on the bathtub, and it, like, went bang on the bathtub. So, like, it's very fair enough that a crystal came off then. But, like, if I dropped it, like, on my vanity, like, that you can hear, I'm not gonna smack it on purpose. But, that is, like, fine for it, and no crystals come off. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do with that shade. I am going to now go in and kind of blend the 2 shades together. I'm just using, for this blending, by the way, I didn't say earlier, but this is the 203 brush from Real Techniques' Bold Metals range. I'm just going to do this and rub this fluffy brush where the blue meets the brown-blue kind of pigmenty flip. I keep saying blue-brown pigment. It's because it kind of reminds me of that shade from MAC, which is what started my whole obsession with this kind of color. I remember in, like, early... like 2014 YouTube, you know what I mean? All the beauty gurus, and I don't mean like lifestyle girlies, I mean like the makeup beauty gurus, they were all using that blue-brown kind of pigment from MAC, and I was obsessed, but I couldn't afford it at the time. I was just like, wow, that is the prettiest, most amazing shade. It was so unique. I'd never seen anything like it before. Okay, so since I blended it and it kind of smoothed it out, I'm like trying to open my eyes so you can see it. I'll close it so you can see. Since I like blended it and evened it out, I put a little bit more of the blue shade just over the top, just to kind of intensify it on the center of the lid like that. Okay. There we go. Now it's time for the eyeliner that I was so excited for. Oh no, I want to do a bit of highlight first. Let's do highlight first. I'm going to use the What's Up highlighter from Benefit, and I'm just kind of taking it onto this Mermaid brush. This is from Mermaid Salon, and I'm just rubbing this cream highlighter onto the cheekbone. This is a really beautiful kind of luminous lit from within kind of a style highlighter. I really like the consistency of the cream, and it just adds a little bit of glow to the skin, and it looks like you're glowing from within. It's not too dewy to the point that it's like sticky or wet on the face, but it adds luminosity without being like nothing. It's not subtle. Well, it is subtle, but it's not like there's nothing. It does add a little bit of glow without being over the top. It has no glitter in it at all, only the like most gorgeous shimmer. And I would say that this is also comparable to the highlighter, the cream highlighters that KKW has come out with. I'm just also going to drag this upwards. So I go from like the highest point of my brow bone and the actual brow bone, and I drag it through the entire eyebrow there, and I go up, and then I do the same on the other side. If you're wondering why I'm like going down to pick up the product, even though it typically comes in a stick form, it's because my highlighter had run out. And so what I did was I got a like spatula or something, I can't remember, and I cleaned out all the highlighter that was inside the actual component. I don't know why I stumbled on that. I cleaned out all the highlighter that was stuck down inside the component, and I scooped it all out and put it on a mirror. So I'm just like using that mirror as kind of like a palette. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm just going to grab another brush. This is just a brush that I got for my birthday one time from Mecca, and I'm just going to blend over my highlighter area just to smooth out any edges. I feel like I would like to add just like a slight blend up here. Yeah, I'm just blending where the highlighter and the eyeshadow meets because it kind of came down over the eyeshadow a bit there because I was using such a chunky brush. I'm going to add a little bit of warmth again, just with that brush that I use for the nose contour typically. Has just a hint of bronzer on it. Now I can go in to the detailed areas of the face. So I'm going to use the same brush because honestly, this brush, although it looks like a big like foundation style brush, I find it's quite versatile because it does have that like flat edge. So I'm just going to drag a little bit of that highlighter on the Cupid's bow there and down the center of the nose. And I just kind of paint it directly on and like stamp it onto the face. And then I can always use my fingers just to clean up any like edges and like blend it the way I want it to look. There. Okay, I'm happy with the way that the highlight's looking. I'm going to use the Colourpop BFF liquid liner. It's a brush tip liner, and I'm going to draw on my wings now. I have been having a difficult time with my eyeliner recently. I feel like they've always been like not similar looking. So I'm really trying to make sure today that they look similar. I want them to be sisters, not cousins. I would love them to be twins, but yeah, I don't know. I've been going through a bad eyeliner rut for myself personally. I know it's not the worst eyeliner ever, but for my own personal eyeliner skills and standards, we could do better. There we go, that wasn't too bad. So that's the wing on the right. Let's try the left. Let's fill in and see how it goes. I think maybe we'll be alright. Just checking on the time. Can I check on the time? Yep. I feel like this one goes up more, and this one is going, it's a little bit smaller. This one's thicker, so I'm going to thicken up this line just by tracing over the top and making it a straighter line with less of a curve. I'm just going to go under as well. Now I'm going to fill in the lash line. You know what? They're not perfect, but I'm going to leave it as is. I think the eyeliner is honestly fine. I'm going to go in with my mascara now, and I'm going to be using, not that one, this one. This is the Heroin Make Long and Curl Advanced Film Mascara. I love this formula. It's so good. This is a newer tube, so it's nice and wet. I really like a wet formula for mascara. I feel like it just works itself onto the lashes more easily. It's easy to apply. It's less clumpy, and this formula is great because it gives length and curl, which are two things that I really need in my lashes that are straight and short. So, stunner. I'm just going to do my upper lashes because I never do my lower lashes, honestly. Even today with a like look where I do some stuff on the lower lash line, no lower lash mascara for me, just simples. There we go. I'm really happy with the way that's looking, and I'm going to do my brows now. So for brows, I'm going to be using a brow pencil. This one is from Benefit, and it is the Precisely My Brow Pencil. On one side, we have a spoolie, which I will use first, and then on the other side, there's a more detailed, smaller kind of brow pencil kind of product. I wear the shade 3, and I think it works well for a variety of hair colors. Apparently, the shade 3 is the most versatile in their shade range. So I'm just drawing on the tail of the brow. This has a retractable tip, and you can see it's a very thin kind of pencil product in there. So yeah, I just draw on the tail of the brow, and then I'm going to draw the tail on the other side so that I can kind of mimic the angle there. Yep, and then I'm going to fill in the front of the brow, so working from the back of the brow forwards, and just going in any gaps. Like I always have gaps at the front of this brow, so I'm just going to fill those in. And then I always have gaps here in like the middle of the arch here, and through the middle of this brow. Sometimes at the front too, just a little bit. That's all I'm going to do for my brows. I don't really like an intense brow. I feel like a softer brow looks softer on my face. And I already have a very aggressive eyeliner like most of the time, so I would like the attention on my eyeliner rather than my brows personally. Where do you guys like most of the attention to go on your face? Like for me, I reckon the feature I always try to accentuate instead is eyes. Even if I do a bold lip, I prefer a bold eye to a bold lip just because I feel like it looks more balanced. If I do a bold lip and not a bold eye, I feel like my eyes look very small and washed out. It looks like not as proportionate in my opinion for my face. But let me know what you guys find most flattering on your face, or like what your preferences are, because you know, makeup's like for fun and you can have different preferences. You might love a bold lip every single day and wear no eye product. Fair enough. I personally just don't think that looks very flattering on like myself. Okay. Now I'm going to be doing a bit of setting spray. This one is from Maybelline, and it's the glass spray. And then I'm going to be doing a little bit of a lip. I reckon let's just go for a little bit of a nudie moment because I would, as I just said, I would like the attention to be on the eyes. So, a nude lip that I always love and I think is very affordable and I'd always like to recommend is this one from Kmart. It's a matte lipstick from OXX Cosmetics, which is like the Kmart home brand, and it's just like a matte lipstick. I can't remember the shade of this anymore because the shade was attached with like a piece of plastic that fell off, but it's just a beautiful formula. It has light vanilla-y, coconutty, like it's a nice scent without being over the top. It's a very neutral nude shade. They have other shades. Obviously, this is a neutral nude shade for my skin tone, but they have like, you know, lighter or darker shades depending on your skin tone. They have like a range of undertones. Like I went for this more warm undertone, but you can get like a pinkier undertone if that's what you're into. They just have a good range, and I think it's only $2 per lipstick. They also have like a more like sheeny finish, like a more cream finish. This one obviously is a more matte finish, so it's a little bit more like flat looking on the lip. But yeah, they have a really good range and they're so versatile. And if I lose this, I won't be sad because it's only $2. I can put it in my handbag and forget about it, come back later and be like, oh, $2 lipstick. Love it. Anyway, let's take my hair out of this bun and I'll say toodaloo. I washed my hair yesterday, but I haven't brushed it today, so it's a little... Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. You can give it a big thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. And I'll catch you very soon. You can find me everywhere at EmilyTeach20. Love you lots. I really do appreciate you watching. Bye.